I just found, I think it's a baby raccoon laying on the ground right here.
It was just laying right here.
It must have fell out or lost its mama somewhere.
That's weird. Why would it just be laying there?
I don't know, it's cold feeling. I don't think I don't think leaving it is just gonna die. Because look, there's no, it's daytime. Raccoons don't come out at the day.
Yeah.
We better go, it's raining. I don't, this is a tough one. I know you're supposed to leave stuff, but.
I know.
But
it's
how
gonna
can you
need,
leave this getting and laying in the rain?
It's gonna need like milk and stuff.
Do we have any kitten milk?
No, we'd have to buy some.
Let's go do it. Let's go do it. We have to try. You don't see any others, right? We just got home. We ran to the store and bought a kitten milk replacer. So here he is. We're drying him up a little bit. His eyes are still closed. We're trying to warm him up. And we're going to feed him right now and see how he goes. We measured him on the scale. We believe he's about 8 ounces. So.
We didn't want to leave him because it was really raining a lot. And I feel like he would have died like very soon.
He was just laying on the mud all alone, just laying there. So I have no idea.
And it was like downpouring.
And maybe we'll tell you the story about like what happened, but it was there was so many random coincidences that led us to finding him that like it just felt like it was meant to happen, that we just couldn't leave him there.
So here's the raccoon. This is days later now.
That was on the 19th that we found it. Today's the 20th.
It's 22nd. Today's Saturday.
Yeah. And she's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a male or a female. We've been feeding it every couple hours. We went to Goodwill and picked up an angled baby bottle. They say to use a baby bottle.
And we've been giving it cat formula. Cat replacer. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a powder kind, so we can just make however much we want each time. Well,
it's been doing good. We warmed it up. We've been keeping it under a heat lamp over here.
Yep.
And it's
about 2 weeks old because the eyes aren't even open yet.
Mm-hmm. And here, so we've been trying to find what to do with it. We're not keeping it, obviously.
Yeah.
But we couldn't leave it there either.
We looked it up. They say they really can't be raised alone because if you try to release them, they won't know how to react with.
They just don't know how to survive. They just they're really social animals, and they need to be with other raccoons. So we've been calling around and trying to get help, and there's nobody in this whole town who does this kind of work.
But I did find somebody on the Indiana rehabilitator list who raises up like orphaned animals, and we found one in West Lafayette, so that's about a maybe 45 to hour minute drive. They said they can take it, so we're gonna bring that today.
Yep, drive it over and bring it to somebody who can help it better.
Last year they raised like, what was it, like 30 raccoons?
I forget, yeah.
A lot. So that's good, because I really didn't want to deal with, you know.
Yeah, and we made sure that they wouldn't put it down.
Yeah.
They said they don't. So maybe we thought we'd share the story of what happened that day, because this is kind of a weird series of events that led to us finding this little guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Belle's birthday the other day, and she wanted to take a walk in the woods. It was a rainy day, really rainy.
Pouring rain.
And we didn't want to go, and we almost didn't, but then I said, well, Ashley said, let's just go, maybe the rain will stop. So we went, even though it was raining. And we got there, it was still raining. We waited in the car.
And it stopped, kind of. It was a little drizzly, but good enough to walk in.
Mm-hmm. So we went in the woods, and we started walking, and then it started raining again.
So we're like, let's go back to the car.
Yeah. and we were almost back to the car.
And then it stopped raining again. So we're like, oh, let's try walking through the woods again.
So we go back into the woods.
Yeah. This time we went a little different way. And Doug decided he wanted to look for salamanders around like the vernal pools and stuff. So we kind of veered off. I stayed on the path.
Yeah, I went off path and I was looking around some wet areas. I was kind of digging through the leaves. And, you know, I couldn't find anything. There wasn't a single salamander or anything interesting, just, you know, regular bugs. And then I turned around and I saw this wet, furry animal just laying in the mud. And it was just arms out. I thought it was a dead puppy. I couldn't tell what it was.
Just laying there in the open, in the rain.
It was the middle of the day. It was raining again at that point. And it was just laying there and I go, oh, it just looked dark because it was so wet. And so I get down to look at it, and it starts making noises, and I go, wow, this thing's alive. So I pick it up, and I look, I noticed the tail first, and I said, this is a raccoon.
Yeah.
And I call
And then
that.
he starts calling me, and I'm thinking he found a salamander.
I said, Ash, get over here. She comes in. I'm looking around, I'm looking up the tree, there was no sign of anything. I don't know where it came from. It was out in the middle of the mud, next to a vernal pool, just laying there, dead still, in the rain.
It probably would have died, like, very soon after that.
We don't like to mess with wildlife. If it was warm out, if it was nice out, we probably would have left it maybe for a while to see.
But it was, like, soaked.
It was soaked, it was cold.
Yeah, it took forever to warm the thing up. Its belly was cold.
We can't just let an animal lay there and die like that. So we brought it home, we warmed it up, we got it milk, and it's doing really well. But it's so weird because we almost didn't go, and then we started to go, and we left the woods, and then we decided to go back to the woods, and then we veer off the path.
Yeah, at the right place.
And find this out of the whole woods, laying right there. Just happened to be looking, and it was right behind me, so it's so weird. Sometimes, like, it's too much to be a coincidence, you know?
So then you just have to bring it home, because it's obviously, we're meant to do that, I guess.
Yeah, we just had to go with the flow. It's getting noisy.
But I'm glad we can get rid of it because these things are a lot of work and I want it to be raised with other raccoons and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what to do for a couple of days. We've been researching and trying to find, like, somebody who could take it. And it's just amazing how little there is here.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool experience. It was a new learning experience for us. We get to research a little bit about raccoons and see a little baby. We think it's about 2 weeks old.
Yeah, the eyes aren't even open yet.
And that's really fun. So we're going to take a ride today, bring it to its somebody who can raise it properly.
Rehabilitator.
Yeah. Man, don't take these animals in if you don't know what you're doing, because they're a handful. Mm-hmm. They might be cute, but they're going to grow up. And raccoons especially, from reading, this is important for anybody that finds these things. They need to be raised with other raccoons, and they need to be raised properly. They say that it just messes them up if you try to raise them alone. And if you release them, a lot of them die because of that, just from being raised alone. They need to learn to interact with other raccoons and be social and understand, I don't know, the raccoon language, I guess. So.
And you wouldn't want it so friendly that it's like going up to everybody's house and they all think it has like rabies or something.
Yeah. Well, we're going to feed it now. And
that'll hopefully be the last feeding until we bring it up there.
And we'll take you along and show you a little bit of the trip.
We just dropped off the raccoon. It was in like a development type place. Just a house. Somebody's house. She just takes care of raccoons and rabbits and possums.
She said she has a baby squirrel right now.
Yeah, like a tiny one.
Yeah. So, I mean, she was really nice. She seems to know what she's doing. She's got it under control. We feel better.
And they have release sites around the area with like acreage where they release their animals. She said she'll post on the Facebook about it.
Yeah.
The raccoon.
Yeah, and if we can get any pictures or any updates, we'll let you guys know. But, it's done. We feel better.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to take care of it anymore.
And hopefully it survives and has a good life now. Hi.